Hello, I'm James George, and this is Web Design Blog. And this week I'm going to talk about finding domain names, doing domain name searches, and the method that I use for coming up with a catchy domain name or something that is a good short name. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it for tips and things. First off, when you're looking for a domain name, you want to come up with something short. People aren't going to remember this is the best blog in the world. You should come to it now.com. Nobody's going to remember something really long. So something like bestblog.com or like 2 words, maybe 3 max, but you want to keep it short and sweet. And so those that will help with the memorability. When somebody says, "Oh, well, I went to bestblog.com and they gave me a lot of great tips," people can remember Best Blog. People can't remember this is the best blog in the world. Oh my God, I love it.com. No, nobody's going to remember all that. That's insane. So it's good to keep it short and sweet. And I'm going to show you a place. This is GoDaddy.com. Now, I don't care for their hosting. That's pretty apparent from my scathing review of their services on creativebeacon.com that's an article that I wrote about their services. I use Bluehost, but for domain name search, I use GoDaddy. And I actually buy my domain names from GoDaddy.com as well. Just because I've always used them, and as far as domain name search, it's easy to use, and you can always buy a domain name from somewhere and then direct the name servers to your real hosting like Bluehost. So I'll buy my domain names from GoDaddy and then redirect the name servers to Bluehost. Pretty simple. One of the things I like about their whole system is they just make it easy to search for a domain name. And so let's say I'm just going to think of something. Let's say we're creating a website about fishing. Sorry, fishing.com is taken. Well, that's fine, but what I like about their system is they make recommendations for you. Well, fishing.com is taken, but you can get fishingguides.org for $8, fishingboat.org, $8. And so if your name that you're thinking is already taken, which a lot of really good domain names, most really good domain names are taken, but you can get something that's catchy and sort of mold your site around that. And so fishingfun.org, it tells you how much it's going to be. $2,500 for the domain name. That's not really all that great. But you can scroll down through here and look at the different options. And so from here, you could see all these domain names. Vintagefishing.com. That would be an interesting one. But the thing about domain names is you want to try to stay away from dashes because people will put in vintagefishing.com without the dash and they won't find your site. They might put it into Google and it may come up in the search results, but it's just best to try to stay away from hyphens. Summerfishing.com, $475. If you're starting a business and you really want to catch a domain name, you may have to invest, a couple of $100 into it. Have I ever really invested more than $20 or $30 into a domain name? No, not really. Just because you can vary it and come up with some interesting domain names that are catchy, and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg on them. And so you can see like all the .com results are really expensive, except for vintage fishing. You could also look at .net. So vintage fishing without a hyphen .net is only $9.99. And this you can check and uncheck extensions here, and it just makes it really easy. And you can go through the whole 9 yards. .net, .biz, .co, .ph, .everything in the world. Just makes it really easy. And so fishing.com is taken, but how about I love fishing? I love fishing.com is already taken. But I love fishing.info, .us, .biz, .me, all of those are available. I love, see, you got to watch, it's got a hyphen in it. I love trawling. You know, you could have something that's similar. I love fishing.co, bigredfishing.com. You see a lot of results here. I love trawling.co is only $12. And so it's nice to have similar results, because that really kind of just, helps you, while most of the time your ideas will be taken, you could have viable alternatives. I just find that easy. There are other domain name services out there as well. I'll show you different ways to do this. Like there's a domain name generator. Free domain name generator. And this is where you you put in a keyword and it will recommend .com names. So let's say for our fishing, let's just put in fishing and see what it says. And so all these are X'd out. This is taken, this is taken, this is taken. Fishing-aroo, sort of like kangaroo, is available. Fishing-a-tron, those aren't really that good, but fishingable.com, fishingist, that doesn't really fit. Fishingism.com, that might be interesting. Fishingalist.com, it could, that could be a website about A-list celebrities that like to fish. That's how you get business ideas, and that it's really interesting. Fishing Solid, Fishing Connected, Fishing Unique, fishingmind.com. It could be all about the psychology of fishing and how to use, how to get in the right mindset to fish, or clearing your head by going fishing, or people that love fishing as a pastime. It could be a blog all about fishing. So yeah, I would go after that, just because that is an interesting domain name and it's easy to use. Fishingmind.com. Simple and easy. 2 words. It's easy to remember. Fishingsign.com. And we've reached the bottom of the pool. We just put in fish. Not really any good. Fishrumors.com. There's not really any like good names there, but let's use both prefixes and suffixes. We'll just let's look down. Epifishing.com, macrofishing.com, tryfishing, fishingblueprint.com. That's interesting. People that want to learn how to fish and learn what baits to use. It could be you could spin this with a advertising idea of, we've got the blueprint to show you how to catch the right fish with the right bait. Something that simple that could make you tens of thousands of dollars. It's really easy to come up with something like this. That's why they have these domain name generators. You could make tons of money with fishingblueprint.com if you advertise it correctly. Antifishing.com, tracefishing.com. That could be a website that sells fish finders. Trace fishing, fish finder, tracing things. You could connect anything with just a simple name. Intellifishing.com, how to fish intelligently. I came up with a handful of really good ideas that were all .com names, and they were simple names, just a couple of words, and easy to remember. You could put that. Just imagine a radio spot. That's how I come up with domain names, and how I instruct others to come up with domain names. If you can hear it in a radio spot or a radio ad and remember it, then it's a good domain name. Because if you were to promote this on radio or something audible, be sure to tune in to intellifishing.com or go to intellifishing.com for more details. Intellifishing. I could. That's easy enough to remember to where you could go online and search it via Google and still find the website if you're not sure how it's spelled. Something that simple could generate lots of leads for you. But that's it for this week. I'm James George, and this is Web Design Blog.